think this is the only one ever made in this fire department, fire truck.
Well, losing my voice. But anyway, what can I say that hadn't already been said? I know this one's sound crazy. This journey's been really easy for me because ever since I was a little bitty boy, this is all I wanted to do, to be a firefighter. While it's been easy, yes, there's been some difficult times, ups and downs like any fire department. You know, when I left Houston Fire Department, I was a little bit emotional and everything. But this is a whole lot different. This is really touching my heart. I mean, I was not expecting all the accolades, all the people. I just appreciate everybody coming. I appreciate everybody that's helped me along the way, because I certainly didn't do it by myself. Started out 505 Columbia River Road. First fire chief for Bob Harris. Son's here today. Me and him are good friends. Bobby was fire chief, and he knew the fire department was growing. He had a full-time job. So I worked in Houston and had some days off, so I took over there. I had no dream, no idea that I would be fire chief for 34 years. That blows my mind. Anyway, we had a long ride. I had a lot of help along the way. A lot of people here today that helped me succeed. Bobby, he was big instrumental in that. John Hall, Patrick Schaefer. And Mom, there's a lot of people been here a long time. And we did go through some lean years before we had paid firefighters, as my wife testified. We didn't really go a lot of places because we wasn't sure if anybody was going to be around to pull the trucks if we had a call. I don't know, Bobby, you know all about it. As we grew, you know, money fixes a lot of things, and that just fell into the right time when we got the ESD and we got sales tax. Things just started to materialize, made things a lot easier because we was able to fund fire department that the taxpayers deserve. And I've always said, and I'll continue to say, and I'll preach it to the new administration, it's not about the red trucks or the firefighters or the station, anything else, it's about those taxpayers. Every dime is spent, whether it's your salary, your benefits, your fire trucks, belongs to the taxpayers. You always remember that, you always do the right thing. I didn't write no speech. I mean, where did you start 34 years? But I had a great supportive cast, great ESD board, couldn't ask for better ESD board. Current administration, past administration, I don't know anybody, Tim McNeil, Paul Sims, know some of the challenges that we faced, overcame. It was really a bumpy ride at times, but then as we continued to grow, things got better and better, then we had different problems. So then we started dealing with more people, then we had more people problems. So, but again, I never dreamed it would be this 24 years, I never intended to be the longest serving firefighter. None of that. I just wanted to do what I always done, to be a firefighter. And I'm just so blessed that the Lord blessed me to allow me to live out my childhood dream. Blessed me with my beautiful wife that's lived out here for 49 years. And she can probably tell you some stories when we was dating and the picture went off when we had to go to the fire. But anyway, we don't talk about that. And my 3 sons, I'm going to be proud of my 3 sons. My 2 beautiful daughters-in-laws, Casey and Caitlin. And my sister Denise, she's here today too, right? And she'll tell you when I was a little bitty boy, probably 4 or 5 years old, I was playing with fire. Anyway, there have been a lot of people influencing my life, and it couldn't have done without any of y'all. And just, I don't even know what to say. It's been a great ride, and I'm gonna still be around over a few days a month, helping them out. And I'm gonna say this. We're leaving them a lot better off than when we started there. Looking at this shining floor, you might believe this, but the fire station was there, we didn't even have concrete. County Commission, Deep Loyalty, put some asphalt in there, and it wasn't too smooth. We didn't have any automatic transmission trucks, it was all standard transmission. It's just crazy how things have evolved. I don't want to talk too much. I appreciate all your time, people coming to honor me, and I just don't know what to say. I can tell you this, that the Lord's been so good to me and my family and Drew. See Chief Slater over there, me and him was running buddies in Houston and made a lot of fires. Houston, ESD3, 49 years. I've been so blessed, lucky, whatever. I never lost a firefighter. We had some injured, yes, but we never lost a firefighter. And we can only credit God for that, because there have been many times that things could have turned out different. In both places, you sit in here. What else? I don't know what else to say other than love all y'all. And it's the best job in the world. They always say, what would you change if you had to go back and do it again? Well, I'm not going to pull it from all Harris. I would have finished my degree, which I didn't finish, but, you know, and maybe a few other things. But some of you young guys, I have to apologize for that. They only been here a few years. 2022, got sick, as most young know, so I wasn't didn't have quite to get up and go as I used to. I used to always enjoy playing with the young men and women, and but these last 3 years have been pretty challenging for me and my wife. With each other's help and my family, and good Lord, we're going to get through this. And again, I just thank y'all.
Appreciate everybody being here today. So Chief McKessick, he's been here quite some time. 49 years in fire service, 30 looking around this room, I think over those years, it made a few friends. Seeing that's y'all here. We do have a few speakers lined up today. After me, we got two of our ESD commissioners that will come up and say a few words. They got something to them. We got Montgomery County Precinct 2 Commissioner Charlie Riley here. Chief Schaefer's going to come up, and then Schaefer the best for last. Chief's wife, Conroe. So after that, then we'll open it up to the floor, and if there's anybody else that would like to say a few words, feel free to come up. One thing I did think about a while ago, thought it was pretty neat when Chief McKeska became fire chief in 1991. In 1996, that he hired the very first full-time firefighters here, and they were all here earlier. I think one of them left, but Bobby Harris, Terry Murphy, and Casey Turner, they're all here. So that was pretty cool that y'all are here today for them. Ready? So it's truly an honor to stand here today as we celebrate the retirement of Chief McKeska after 49 years of the fire service, 34 years as our fire chief, District 3. Chief McKeska is not only the longest serving fire chief in Montgomery County history, but he's also one of the most respected leaders our fire service has ever known. I first met Chief McKeska back when I was in high school, volunteering at the Montgomery Fire Department. And in 2003, Chief McKeska gave me my first opportunity to hire me part-time. Not to make fun of this part, but that's just how it was back then, but when I started part-time, it was $6 an hour. A few months later, he hired me full-time. That's when I got my big pay raise, $6.50 an hour. Minimum wage was $5.15, so I was doing pretty good. I basically had money falling out of my pockets then. But at that time, we had four firefighters on shift covering this entire district from Station 31. Over the years, I watched Chief McKeska grow this department, continued to hire more firefighters as our community grew, and always kept the needs. In 2015, we faced one of our biggest challenges when the city of Conroe annexed the northern portion of our district. It was a time of uncertainty and change. Chief McKeska's concern was for his people. He made sure that not a single firefighter lost their job. Through his leadership, we not only survived that challenge, but we came back stronger. Today, because of his vision and his leadership, we now have 4 fire stations, with 2 more in the planning stages. Now staff over 20 firefighters per shift, provide competitive wages, benefits, and operate one of the most respected fire departments in the area. Just earlier today, we dedicated our live fire training facility to him, which will now be known as the Chief Leonard McKeska Training Facility. For the past 34 years, Chief has led us with honesty, integrity, and professionalism. He has set the standard for what leadership in the fire service should look like. His dedication has not only built this department what it is today, but has left a lasting legacy for the future generations. Chief, on behalf of all of us, we thank you for your service, your leadership, and your unwavering commitment to this department, this community. Made us who we are today, and as we move forward, we'll continue to strive to make you proud.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Thanks everybody for coming. It's crowd here. I just wanted to make a couple of notes. A little. Thank you for showing up. Mr. Charlie Riley, numerous fire chiefs. Really appreciate everybody coming here to celebrate this day. This microphone's a little problem. So Chief McKeska, what can I say? The best of the best. He's been an amazing chief, a guiding light for the success of ESD3. As noted before, 30 years as chief, the longest standing fire chief in Montgomery County. Amazing accomplishment. His professional leadership has enabled our success, not just for the organization, but for this community. As everybody in this room knows, this community is expanding exponentially. It's no easy task. The board itself has a very challenging job, but I can tell you, with the chief in this position, he made it really easy. His vision, his inspiration, it really led the entire district to be on a path to success. Over the years, I quickly learned what a great steward of the taxpayer funds the chief is. And little inside joke, I'm still waiting for those chrome wheels to show up on the orders for the fire trucks. That spray paint doesn't always work, but we did change orders, so it all worked out. Honestly, that's how he rolls, and everybody in here knows that. So we've been truly blessed to have you as a chief, and on behalf of the board and the community that we serve, I want to thank you for your dedication, not just to the firefighters here, but to public safety as well. Chief, you're going to be missed. I value your friendship over the years, built over the years. We're going to stay in touch for sure. Just always know that you have a home here at ESC3. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Some presentations from the board.
Thank you, John. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Robert. This board forced me into being the treasurer. But this is a great board, led by a legend. I want you to know that, Chief, that I appreciate all the efforts you made teaching me the short years we've been together about how important it is to have Emergency Services District 3 helping our citizens. It's just been remarkable to me. So, from the United States House of Representatives, commendation and recognition of Leonard McKeska on his retirement October 3rd, 2025. From United States Congressman Morgan Luttrell of the 8th District issues his commendation from the House of Representatives of the United States of America. That was written by the Honorable Senator Ted Cruz. Dear Chief McKeska, it's a pleasure to join your family, friends, and first responder community in celebrating the remarkable impact of your career, which spans 34 years with Montgomery County Emergency Services 3. Following your earlier service with the City of Houston, Lake Creek Volunteer Fire Department, and Lake Conroe Volunteer Fire Department. You're an example of one who puts service to others above self. An impact your courage, wisdom, and experience has been felt throughout the region and across the state of Texas. Our nation applauds your commitment to the rapid response to the needs of others, teaching every new first responder the same. You have given Texans your very best throughout some of the most difficult times they have faced. The work you did during these events saved lives while giving support to the first responder community and has fostered a spirit of servant leadership and made an impact across Montgomery County and the state of Texas and the United States of America. I thank you. As you look forward to doing more of what you love, allow me to congratulate you on your many achievements and wish you all the best. If I may ever be of assistance to you, please do not hesitate to reach my office. And above all, I extend my gratitude to Rhonda, Wesley, Brent, and Keith, whose love and support have been part of your journey every step of the way. May God bless you and your family, and may God continue to bless Texas. Senator Cruz. Last little memento. This is the United States flag. Yeah. The flag of the United States of America. This is to certify that the accompanying flag was flown from the United States Capitol on September the 18th, 2025, in honor of Fire Chief Leonard McKeska for 34 years of service for the citizens of Montgomery County. I suspect there's a place in Concan you could put that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to these momentous accolades. They are short, in my view, of the significance of this man. Thank you, Chief. I'd like now to introduce our very own County Commissioner, Charlie Riley.
I've known Leonard for probably over 30 years. The good thing about Leonard, he's the same today as he was 30 years ago. Leonard, he has not changed. Steadfast, believes what he believes. He'll do the right thing every time. I had about a 2-page list of things that Leonard has said in the past. And one of them is really just, I laugh at every time I look at it. Talking about the drone wheels, and talking about the shiny stuff on all this equipment. You know, I like that stuff. I like the drone wheels, shiny stuff. But must have been somebody years ago was talking about buying a new truck, or buying new equipment or something. Somebody said, Chief, can we get some shiny wheels or these hubcaps? And his response was, shiny wheels and hubcaps don't put out fires. Let's go. So, looks a little different now, Chief. Great equipment, great organization, one of the best ESPs in the county, and I appreciate all you've done. And I appreciate this board members that are here, done a fantastic job. I've got a couple of proclamations I want to read for you, Chief. This one is from the whole Commissioner's Court of Montgomery County. And it's long, so I hope y'all bear with me. Resolution honoring Chief Leonard McKeska for 49 years of distinguished service in Montgomery County. Whereas in 1976, Leonard McKeska began his fire service career at the Lake Conroe Volunteer Fire Department. And whereas after years of dedicated service and promotion, he was appointed Fire Chief in 1991 at the age of 31. And whereas under his leadership, the department transformed into a professional, highly respected emergency service district, achieving the rare and exceptional Class 2 ISO rating. And whereas Chief McKeska is the longest serving fire chief in Montgomery County, 34 years of continuous leadership, and served as president of the Montgomery County Fire Chiefs Association for 14 years. And whereas the McKeska family, rooted in public service, his father, Leonard Sr., retired as Deputy Chief of the Houston Fire Department. His son, Brent, has served in the U.S. Army and now serves in the Houston Fire Department. And Chief McKeska himself also served with the Houston Fire Department and Montgomery Police Department. And whereas Chief McKeska has faithfully balanced his professional responsibility with his devotion to faith and family, celebrating 45 years of marriage to his wife, Rhonda, raising 3 sons, cherishing 6 grandchildren. And whereas outside of service, he enjoys time with family, hunting at his property in Concan, and sharing his love for barbecue. And whereas in 49 years in fire service and 34 years as chief, leave a permanent legacy of courage, perseverance, and dedication, setting a high standard for integrity and commitment to public service. And now therefore be it resolved that the Commissioner's Court, Montgomery County, Texas,
does hereby honor and commend Chief Leonard McKesson for his extraordinary service, leadership, and devotion to Montgomery County. Be it further resolved that October 3rd, 2025, day of his retirement, be proclaimed Chief Leonard McKesson. Signed this day, 23rd day of September 2025, Montgomery County Commissioners. We wanted to do our own resolution proclamation for Precinct 2, honoring the retirement of Fire Chief Leonard McKesson. Whereas Montgomery County, Texas Precinct 2 Commissioner Charlie Riley hereby regards with distinction Fire Chief Leonard McKesson Jr. for his dedication and years of service. Whereas Chief McKesson's leadership guided the Montgomery County ESD through challenging times, demonstrating the high standards, ethics, and values of steadfast leadership. Whereas when he was 16 years old, Chief McKesson began his career as a junior firefighter with Lake Conroe Volunteer Fire Department. Whereas in 1991, he became fire chief and has devoted 49 years serving the Lake Conroe, Montgomery County ESD 3, alongside his role as District Chief, Houston Fire Department. Whereas Chief McKesson is the longest-serving fire chief in Montgomery County and has held the position of President of the Montgomery County Fire Chiefs Association 18 years. Whereas Montgomery County Precinct 2 Commissioner Charlie Riley commends Chief McKesson's outstanding achievements and leadership. You have been a shining example of community service and dedications to others. This third day of October 2025, Montgomery County, Texas. Thank you very much, Chief.
Thank you, Commissioner. I do want to bring up now, today he's Battalion Chief Schaefer. Tomorrow he'll be Assistant Chief, Battalion Schaefer.
No worries, Chief. I'm not giving this. You and I already talked earlier. No way I got to this. So I meant everything I said to you earlier. You will go down as one of the greatest men in my life. So thank you for everything. So first thing I have here is from the state of Texas, the governor, Greg Abbott, says, as the governor of Texas, I am proud to offer congratulations on your well-deserved retirement from Montgomery County after 34 years of service. From the bayous of the Sabine to the banks of the Rio Grande, firefighters stand at the ready to protect their fellow man. Amid clear and present danger, these brave first responders risk their own safety for the sake of their communities, and by doing so, they prove themselves worthy of the immense trust after their fellow Texans placed them. There can be no doubt that you have made Texas safer, a stronger state, and I salute your exceptional work. At this time, I join a great many in expressing heartfelt gratitude both to you and your loved ones. You epitomize the courageous, sacrificial spirit that defines our people, and your legacy will echo throughout the ages long. First Lady Cecilia Abbott joins me in extending best wishes for a fulfilling retirement. Signed, 5th day of September 2025. All right, so this next one, I'm not going to lie, when it showed up, I thought it was a typo. Because you have been inducted as an admiral in the Texas Navy. On behalf of Governor Abbott, we are pleased to enclose your signed Admiral in the Texas Navy certificate. We hope this will be cherished possession for years to come. This award bestowed by the Governor of Texas is an honorary commission recognized to citizens for lengthy community and volunteer service. Recipients chosen for this honor have demonstrated their dedication to Texas through their accomplishments, service, and sacrifice. Thank you. All right, Chief Ramon, would you please come up here. We have another award for you from the Texas Fire Chiefs Association.
On behalf of the Texas Fire Chiefs Association, we would like to thank you for your years of dedicated service to not only the state of Texas, but to Montgomery County, and all the example that you have set for all of the personnel that you've had influence on, and the ability to have those people serve in the future. So, thank you on behalf of the Texas Fire Chiefs Association for everything you've done for our service.
Let's relax. Chief McKesket's wife.
All right. Well, after 34 years of dedicated service, the Lake Fire Department, Montgomery County, ESD Creek, you're retiring. It's been a great accomplishment. You are the longest running fire chief of Montgomery County. Your leadership has been a role model to other departments in this county. You have given all your all to this organization. Through the lean years, you were there when there was hardly any funds. You made it work. You have the best ESP board to support you and dedicated employees to work beside you to serve the citizens of your district. A special thank you to all the past and the present ESP board members for serving on the board and supporting Chief McKeska. I had the pleasure to work at Lake Conroe Fire Department as office manager for 15 years before I retired. Thank you, Teresa Buckley, for taking on that position and doing an excellent job. Well, now it's time for Chief McKeska to start enjoying his retirement. To the new fire chief, Chief Keith Solis, it's time for you to take the reins. Don't panic. Chief McKeska will only be a phone call away. You got this. Well, Leonard, your family, and I are so proud of you, and we love you very much. Now it's time to start our bucket list. So cheers to retirement.
This time, we'd like to open it up to any guests here that would like to say.
I'm having a prepared statement. Contemplate. I'm a bit emotional, guys. Give me. Aside from his wife and maybe a few other people here, I've known Chief McKeska for 45 years. Met him when I was a teenager. Inspiration then, just in the view of him, man of purpose. He was working with my father, painting houses. I got to do the same thing alongside him. Many years passed. I didn't get to see much of him over those years, early years. I got the opportunity to become a firefighter with the city of Conroe. In 1993, Leonard reached out to me to see if I would be interested in coming to work for Lake Conroe Volunteer Fire Department as a duty crew member. It's been a long time ago. I jumped at the opportunity. Keith, I made $5 an hour in 1993. I was happy to have it. It was a true joy. I got to work with several people that are here today.
a guy that was just one of us on duty every day. Seemed like a long time, but Chief McKesson was instrumental in getting more people to be here on those days. I think we ended up rounding out about 2 people a day. That was a fun time. You're making some calls by yourself. Inevitably, Chief McKesson would show up to be there to help stabilize the situation. Aside from my grandfather and my father, been no more influential person in my life. Gave me the opportunity to certainly serve the citizens of Lake Conroe Fire Department, be a part of the process that made the department become ESV3 in those early 90s. And he also gave me the opportunity to serve as assistant fire chief beginning in 1996, and I got to do that for, I think, a total of 6 years. During those years, and many years since then, demonstrated leadership, above all mentorship and friendship to me. And I take those things to heart every day. I'm very fond of that opportunity to be a part of that. I did know there was some Cascade-isms over here. There were some that I didn't see there that I would like to share with you today. We always used to say he's going to go get his wig busted. And I say that to this day, although there's not much wig left. Made my wife crazy. She hated that. But I used it anyway. Some of you, I'll let you fill in this blank. You know what I'm going to say. Many of you do. Shining like a diamond in a goat's. There you go. He would always say, too, that he was hungry as twins. And the last one that comes to mind is he's busier than a one-armed paper hanger. You got to know what paper is. You know what I'm talking about there. If he was real busy, he was busier than a one-armed paper hanger in a windstorm. Anyway, Leonard, I love you. Great man, great father, husband, leader. Thank you very much for what you've done for me.
Finally, look out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the friend you don't ever want to give the microphone to. Hey, my name's Remy Flanley. I'm the fire chief on the other side of the county. And I just want to tell you 2 short stories and how me and Leonard McKesson got together to be friends for the last 40 years. The city of Houston had the world's worst fire trucks. Like there's a Dateline story on it. And it was about the time that we were putting together a new apparatus committee. And we all had one focus, but none of us got along because everybody wanted something different. There was 12 of us on that committee. And the goal was to make sure every firefighter walked away from every accident. And we put countless hours in. Trips to Florida, trips to Ferrera and Louisiana. We spent a lot of time on the road together. And that's why to this day we really don't like each other. But the heart and soul of the people on this committee put together an excellent fire truck, and to this very day, every accident in the city of Houston, the firemen walked away from. And there were some significant motor vehicle accidents, and that's because of the leadership on that committee, and Leonard, that was you. We did argue about lights and sirens and things like that, but at the end of the day, we all had the same one. And it was the safety of the men and women that rode that apparatus. And I applaud you for that. One of these particular trips, we were a lot younger then, we decided we were going to shut a bar down. And that was about 10 o'clock at night.
We thought we were party uncles. So we all went to our rooms. Next morning, I drove everywhere. The next morning, we're on the lobby of the hotel, and we're waiting and waiting. And Chief McKeska was the last one off the elevator. So we loaded up in the van. We went to Denny's. We ate breakfast. He's in the back seat, just sprawled out. And we got to the plant. He says, "Man, I feel bad. I feel bad." And I reached in my pocket and I took it out and hey, just drive back to the hotel, man. I got this for a couple hours. And everybody walked in the building. He grabs me by the arm and he says, "Dude, I thought we were friends." I said, "Man, we are. Why?" He says, "You want me to get a DWI right after breakfast? Who does that?" So, and I seen the sheriff here earlier, so I can confess. Now, the highway patrol might write me a ticket. But you know, from 2010, my car that I drive for the ESD has been unmarked. And that's solely because the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department carries my police commission. And that drove Chief McKeska crazy. It had ghost letters, because I don't think it's right for a fire chief to come over here and write a ticket for someone in this community for an illegal burn or anywhere else in Montgomery County. So it's ghost letters on the car. And they always say, "Oh, that car's illegal. That car's illegal." I explained to them it was legal, everything was good. Well, about 3 years ago, the ESD bought 3 red F-150s, and I happen to be driving the exact same car. And the board elected not to stripe them and put the door decals on them. So they went with the ghost letters. So about 3 months ago, I left my house. I live right behind 33s. I did not come to a complete stop. It was about 7 a.m. in the morning. It was dark. I don't know where this motorcycle cop came from, but he pulled me over. And I'm thinking, oh, this ain't gonna be good. And the way my seatbelt was, it was across where he couldn't see my name. And he stuck his head in the car, and he said, "Chief, you didn't come to a complete stop." I said, "Officer, I apologize." He says, "Hey, I'm gonna give you a warning." And every good honest chief, I said, "I appreciate that. My name is Larry McKeska." It's true. Anyway, hey, the gap that is left here today, people can't fathom. The experience this man brings to the residents of this county is something that's not fillable. Now, the rest of us chiefs will get together and try to keep things going, but I want you to think about the experience that is walking out the door today. It's unbelievable. And I know Monday when I get in that car, there's going to be a void in my heart. And I know you're a phone call away, and I know we'll still do our quarterly breakfast. But man, it's just not going to be the same. Hey, I love you dearly. I know I'm responsible for some of those gray hairs, but thank you for being you.
I am going to look down and read because I can tell you right now, I'll start crying. First of all, thank all the commissioners for all the work y'all do, the sheriff, appreciate you being here, dignitaries. Chief McKeska, where do you begin? Started my career back in 1989. That's when we first met. I'll never forget going to attend my very first training class, Lake Conroe Volunteer Fire. I wasn't even in the department yet. Didn't have any fire gear, and Chief McKeska says, "You can use my fire gear." Man, what big shoes. She didn't hesitate. You offered me your fire gear, and I attended an extrication class over in Grangeland. Shortly after that, I had a chance to spend more time with you on your off days. Tuesday night meetings, at your house for a barbecue, steak dinner, or even just in passing. I knew that your role in the department was going to be instrumental in shaping not just my career, but many others. Not just as a firefighter, but as a better person. Not simply because I would one day become a full-time fireman, but because how you carry yourself. Your professionalism, you're dependable, very well respected. But just as importantly, you were approachable. You made time for people, and that meant everything to the men of this department. Look around this room, Chief. The impact is everywhere. Just a couple of short years later, you step into the role as fire chief. And what followed to be a second career in the fire service. A career of leadership, teaching, instructing, and mentoring countless firefighters. You guided many of us through the early years, the early days, the growth of this department, and for some, even into their retirement years, and some of those guys are here. This next part is going to be a little participation from the crowd. Now I'm going to say a few words. These words personally impacted you. I'd ask you to please stand up. Some of you will relate to some of these words, and some of you will relate to many. For Chief McKeska, leadership, a visionary. He was empowering, decisive, charismatic, strategic, authentic, courageous, influential, driven, efficient, commanding, tactical, disciplined, purposeful. The most important word, integrity. Chief, I can't fully put into words the depth of my gratitude and respect for you. But if you look around this room, I'm sure there's many that would be standing right now, and a lot of them are. I'd say I'm not up here standing alone. Over the past 36 years, the relationship that we've built as friends has been one of the most meaningful in my life. I look forward to seeing what lies ahead for you and Miss Rhonda as you step into your retirement years, with thanksgiving, with peace, and with the memories of a remarkable career well lived. I'm not the only one here today with stories and memories and life-changing moments shaped by your presence. But for me, your impact has been one of the greatest treasures of my career. I love you, brother. May God continue to keep you and your family safe. May He richly bless your retirement. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Chief, on behalf of myself, firefighters, I want to personally thank you for all you've done, all the hard work today. You made this more than a job. It's a career for a young firefighter, a man who wants to spend the next 30 plus years, retire out of here, decent pension. And we thank you for that. I've only been here for about 10 years. In that short period of time, Chief, I'd like to mention a few things I have said. You've been extremely busy. We have 11 firefighters on duty each day. Some are full-time, some are part-time. Today, we have 23 full-time SD firefighters on duty every day. This district didn't have a ladder truck. Now we've got two. This fine piece of equipment for your vision, what this district needed. Get a brand new ladder truck out there next year to replace that. 3 brand new pumpers, 2 brand new tankers. You replaced the boosters. You built this beautiful fire station. You built an administration building, expanded that administration building. You expanded Station 34, and most of all, you gave us a training facility. Not many fire departments have. Chief, you been very busy. Now it's time to enjoy life. And from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you and we love you. And come around, drink coffee anytime you want. You know where we are.
Thank you. My name is James Campbell. I'm the Chief of EMS for the Montgomery County Hospitals. Congratulations on your retirement, Chief. On behalf of MCHD, thank you for your dedicated service and collaboration as we collectively care for the citizens of ESC. Your leadership has been a key force in driving our medical care and partnership forward. On a personal note, when I moved here in 2018 from Dallas, as the new guy in a room full of fire chiefs, we go to a lot of meetings, sometimes good, sometimes bad. Maybe the most intimidating meeting in the county is the fire chiefs meeting, at least it was for me. As the new guy walking in and thinking, wow, there's a lot of great fire chiefs here, a lot of great leaders. And I was, at least to say, I was pretty nervous. From the beginning, you've been very welcoming. You're welcoming to our crews. You're welcoming to how we want to expand medical care in the county. You've been an advocate for what we do. You're a great leader. It's been an honor to work with you. Congratulations.
How are y'all doing today? Josh Kennedy, I'm the fire chief for Timberlake Fire Department on the south side of Montgomery County. I'm the secretary for Montgomery County Fire Chiefs Association. So on behalf of Montgomery County Fire Chiefs Association, Leonard, we thank you for 34 years, 18 of those being board president. The utmost appreciation, we congratulate you on your well-deserved retirement. On a personal note, I was the youngest fire chief coming into the Chiefs Association, and Chief McKeska was there with open arms, always a phone call away, willing to help me every which way we could. And for that, I'm just really grateful. I will miss you, and I hope we'll carry your legacy on. Thank you.
Any more takers? Going once, twice? I think we have a few gifts. Don't shoot your eye. Half on the admin staff here wanted to put the big Henry rifle. Got your name and distance patch on there, so that's what we'd like to present to you today. So he's got a cooler full of gift cards, fishing gear, then a custom-made down at the bottom. It's got the Lake Conroe Forest Volunteer Fire Department patch, Lake Conroe patch, Montgomery County District patch for all his fishing adventures.